I would like to call to order this meeting of the De Pere Sustainability Commission for Tuesday, July 8th of 2025. Betty, read the roll, please.
Alderperson Quigley.
Here.
Commissioner Black is excused. Commissioner Henry Gillis.
Here.
Commissioner Lawton.
Here.
Commissioner Slavin.
Here.
Commissioner Van Schindel is excused. Commissioner Weber is excused, and Advisor Metzler is also excused.
Okay, thank you very much. Next up, public comment on matters not on the agenda. Any comments made during the public comment period shall pertain only to matters under the jurisdiction of the Sustainability Commission. Is there anybody here that would like to say something that's not on the agenda? I know we've got you both on the agenda, so we're looking forward to that. For the second time here or in virtual reality, if you're listening, if you want to just say your name and identify yourself to be recognized. And for the third and final time, any public comment on matters that are not on the agenda? And we're moving ahead. Approval of minutes of the April 8th, 2025 Sustainability Commission meeting. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion by myself, second by Commissioner Lawton. Any discussion, any comments about the minutes?
Nope.
And we're going to do everything with a roll call vote tonight, please, because we.
Is Jeannie on?
I don't think she is.
Alderperson Quigley.
Aye.
Commissioner Henry Gillis.
Aye.
Commissioner Lawton.
Aye.
Commissioner Slavin.
Aye.
Okay, that motion passes. Next up, discussion with Toni Burns regarding composting.
Yeah, so if Toni, you want to come up to the mic? She came up and met with staff earlier this year regarding our composting program and potential alternatives. She had requested to come meet with the Sustainability Commission to discuss these ideas and articles she had found. And here you go, Toni. It's all yours.
Hi. Actually, I didn't prepare anything to say. I didn't know I had to,
Okay,
but I
no.
brought up a bunch of really interesting information on the computer, and it just says, about certain facts and how much food is being wasted in America. And the question is, just how much food do Americans waste? Here's some food for thought. While the world wastes about 2.5 billion tons of food every year, the United States discards more food than any other country in the world. Nearly 60 million tons, 120 billion pounds every year. That's estimated to be almost 40% of the entire U.S. food supply and equates to 325 pounds of waste per person. That's like every person in America throwing away 975 average-sized apples right into the garbage, or rather right into the landfills, as most discarded food ends up there. In fact, food is the single largest component taking up space inside U.S. landfills, making up 22% of municipal solid waste MSW. All told, the amount of food waste in America has an approximate value of nearly $218 billion, the equivalent of 130 billion meals.
Right.
So that's just some information.
Yeah.
And then this article also breaks down other things.
So
And-
both articles you brought today, you're going to have us copy and disseminate to the
Absolutely.
commission.
I would
just for
love
reading.
this.
Thank you.
This is kind of like a passion. And De Pere is such a wonderful, small, I figure, kind of progressive community. And I think people are open-minded enough to start something like this. And we're actually way behind other states. California actually has mandates that you cannot throw food away. They have places to dispose of it, I don't know exactly what they do with it, but this has been a mandate for quite a while in California. New York, New Jersey, they've been ahead of this for a long, long time. So I thought this would be a nice project for our community. It would bring eyes to Green Bay or De Pere, and we're ahead of the game. I think this is what the younger generation is calling for. Absolutely, get rid of this waste. We can do so much more with it. And I think that's where their ideas are, to make everything better. not worse, but better. And why not start? I figure we're at least 35 years behind the ball already. So,
I have a
yes.
question. Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Okay. What would your ideal composting program look like?
My ideal would be that it would be every household.
Okay.
It would be every household that would contribute to composting. And a few months ago, I brought in something, it's called the mill.
The mill food recycler.
Yep. And that can be done in so many different ways.
Okay.
Through schools, through here, through different people can put it in their homes. There's so many avenues, like we're just touching. I just met with Chase and Betty just for a little while. So that's why I'm here at this meeting, just to bring up some facts. But the ideal would be to have restaurants, homes, schools, anybody that's having any type of food.
Just compost within their own home.
Yes, but also businesses, restaurants are huge. Grocery stores waste a ton, And we can compost this, or we could feed hungry families. We could do so much with it. Feed animals.
Like,
There's just so many examples what we can do with composting.
yeah.
And I'm hoping, it helps the farm community. It actually helps manufacturing grocery too. It does in the long run. And
How do you compost?
I compost by recycling. First of all, as far as food matter, I've started a small kitchen compost.
Okay.
And then I have a bin in my yard that I put worms in.
Okay.
And then I toss the worms and I kind of make my own soil. And so that's starting small, but it's very doable. And the soil is so rich. It's so nice. And it's a lovely way to teach children about how important the soil is, how important, trying to save our planet and resourcing and just a wonderful tool of teaching children right at that starting point what to do. You can involve the whole family
Okay.
and hopefully reach out to others, and hopefully it will just become habit. But I think we have to show our community how to do this.
Yeah. Okay. So you think like more outreach and education?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I think it should be brought up too in our schools, again, so they can learn very early on. They can even do their own little composting things in school and see how that goes and what they can grow with it. And there's just so many ways. Like right now, I feel so embarrassed because I didn't really prepare. I didn't know what I would be,
Yeah.
able to come up with and talk about in this moment. But it's so educational, and there's just so much we can do. And I would love to see DePere, have that tag.
Do you know that we have a composting program?
Right now, we have something that is, I believe, the one thing we have is there is a family that has a business. And what they do is they charge a certain amount to come pick up your composting things.
Yep.
But they can't stay on the fact that it would only cost you this much per month. Like right now, the city, I believe, Chase is matching 50%.
Yep, we're covering 50% of all subscription fees for our own residents.
Yep. But there's nothing saying that this company will up its cost in the future. And people are so stretched out as it is. That's what I worry about.
Yeah.
I really worry about putting anything more on people. But I know people are very interested in doing this. I know they are. So if we can come to some type of conclusion that the people in the community can be involved, and we can get this done, but not costing a lot of money. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what we can do, but there's like a million, like I said, there's a million ways to do it. Other communities are doing it. So we can also look to them. What have you been doing? There's just so much out there that's already been done that we can just feed off of, kind of, and get it going in our community.
Yep.
And it's great too for the farmers. They can use a lot of this too to feed their animals.
Yep.
It's just, it's great. There's no down, I don't think. Sorry about the mumbling.
No,
I just-
you're
Oh,
very
you're
good.
not. We're just
I'm
listening
not,
to
you
you.
know,
Yeah.
not a public speaker, so.
We appreciate you coming in today, and we'll definitely keep in touch. I'll look to see you tomorrow then with those articles and forward them on.
Oh, gosh, I hope so, Chase.
No,
I hope so.
He will.
stay with us.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, next item, discussion with Carrie Gillman regarding curbside food scrap pickup programs.
Yeah, I think this segues really nicely into Carrie. She wants to present on her graduate school project and what she's found.
Yes, thank you. My name is Carrie Gillman, and I recently graduated with a degree in sustainable management. And I came here today to share about my some things I learned during my final project. My project involved researching municipal curbside food scrap pickup programs, and I wanted to share with you because I know the last year or so providing food composting services to residents has been of interest to the commission and to the city. During my investigation, I learned what features successful programs had in common and also what obstacles they usually ran into. I also studied a few cities in depth as case studies. And in the end, each municipality has to be analyzed individually since they're all so unique. So I analyzed De Pere, and for De Pere, I talked with some city officials to learn about operations here, get some background information so I could analyze the potential for a curbside program here. And based on my analysis, I think De Pere is uniquely poised on an opportunity to have a successful curbside program. And I know there have been a few obstacles trying to provide the services to residents, but I'm here to tell you that a curbside program is another viable option for De Pere and to not give up on this. De Pere actually has many of the right pieces in place to have a successful program and there be benefits to the city. So let me just walk you through why I concluded that. The first reason is probably the biggest one, and that is the issue of food scrap diversion is currently top of mind because you just went through all the work to put together the reimbursement program for the service, and you also have strong support from decision makers. One of the major challenges usually faced is getting decision makers on board with a food scrap program, and De Pere already has that. The commission clearly supports it, and then the city council, the common council does as well, since the budget request for the reimbursement program was approved for 2 years in a row. It's also advantageous that residents are used to separating things from their trash, usually just recycling and yard waste, but some residents also have experience with the food scraps if they participated in the program last year. Another big advantage De Pere has is that the city provides its own curbside trash and recycling services rather than a third-party hauler. My analysis showed that using a third-party hauler was often an obstacle for municipalities because then they had to then negotiate with a hauler to start picking up food. So De Pere would not have that obstacle either. As far as benefits to the city, the first thing people usually wonder about is money, so I will start there. Diverting food scraps from trash bins will save money on landfill tipping fees. Last year in 2024, just for the residential garbage picked up in the curbside poly carts, the city spent about $294,000 in landfill tipping fees. And that is an increase of more than $54,000 over 2023 costs. The city actually picked up about the same amount of trash both years, but because the tipping fee went up, it costs more to dispose of it. During one of the interviews I did, I learned that tipping fees are just going to keep increasing at a minimum of the rate of inflation, but they also may increase if additional landfill regulations get put in place. The EPA has determined that about 25% of municipal solid waste is food. And if De Pere diverted just 1/4 of their 2024 trash, they would have saved $73,000 in 1 year on tipping fees. Another major benefit to the city is reducing greenhouse gas emissions. As you probably know, in 2021, the Sustainability Commission and Common Council approved and adopted a clean energy resolution and a renewable energy work plan. Now, I've read through these documents, and the Clean Energy Resolution emphasizes reducing carbon emissions to achieve carbon neutrality, and the Renewable Energy Work Plan talks about conducting a baseline assessment of the city's greenhouse gas emissions with the ultimate goal of reducing them. So from this perspective, a food scrap pickup program could help achieve the goals of these adopted resolution and work plan. My analysis showed that cities that start a curbside program as part of a broader goal like this are more likely to be successful. So how much greenhouse gas reduction would there be? I calculated it using the 2024 trash numbers for De Pere and assuming that 25% of it was food. So putting that amount of food in a landfill will emit 794 metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. But if it's instead diverted and composted, it actually turns into a carbon sink with negative 216 metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. Now, to make a pickup program work, there needs to be somewhere to go with the food that's picked up. I know there's not city interest in processing it themselves, so I won't suggest that, but I think the path of least resistance is for the city to do the pickups, but then deliver the food scraps to an existing composting site for the processing. Oftentimes, the processing companies, especially smaller ones, don't have the infrastructure in place to be able to make so many stops in the city, so they may welcome feedstock that they don't have to pick up themselves. Right now, De Pere is trucking finished compost from the Yardway site for free to anyone who will take it. So it seems reasonable they could also truck food scraps. And since De Pere already has trucks and is making stops at homes, that part would be easier for the city to do. I actually think they could do it without needing more trucks or staff if a garbage truck was repurposed for food scrap pickup and then garbage collection 1 week was swapped for food scrap collection.
Interesting.
So far, I've only talked about diverting food scraps, but before I wrap up, I want to briefly mention that De Pere could be realizing additional benefits by using finished compost around the city. Soils amended with compost have better structure and can absorb more water and hold it for longer. So finished compost could easily become part of the city's stormwater management plan and could help mitigate the effects of intense weather events. And De Pere could be using the finished compost from the Yardway site now, and then also make use of any product from food scrap diversion efforts. So to wrap up, don't be discouraged about food scrap collection. My analysis says De Pere has a good chance at being successful starting a pickup program. You already have the trucks, you can save money, you can reduce emissions, you can make progress on the Clean Energy Initiative. It would show De Pere is a good environmental steward and is interested in being a more sustainable city. And there's really an opportunity for De Pere to be the leader in this area since other communities don't offer a program like this. So when it comes down to it, it's worth it for the commission to continue to pursue this. So thank you for your time. And if you have any need for additional information, you can reach out to me anytime. I do have a one-page summary I can leave with you of things I went over today, and I have some references on there because you shouldn't trust anyone without references.
Fair point.
Wonderful.
Can I say something?
Yeah, do we have to open up the
I
meeting?
think we have to open up to public comment
Which we can
again.
do, it's not a big deal.
I just want to say,
Wait,
I'm
wait,
so impressed.
1 second, please.
Sorry.
So I'd make a motion to open the meeting, please.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Is there any discussion, or do we just vote on it right away? That's what I thought, okay. And if you do a roll call, please.
There's a lot of rules.
Alderperson Quigley.
Aye.
Commissioner Henry Gillis.
Aye.
Commissioner Lawton.
Aye.
Commissioner Slavin.
Aye.
All right, so that motion carries. So we have now we're back in kind of open conversation again. Again, it's those rules of order so that we do it. So go ahead, what do you want to add or?
I just want to say if I was this lovely woman's professor or teacher, I would have given her an A+. She brought up so many good facts. I'm just astounded. So thank you for that.
Yep. And I'm impressed too, and I think we're all, this is the kind of energy we want and appreciate the information and the sources also, or the offer for the sources. And I say this fairly often, but every couple of years, City of De Pere does a survey of our residents and what are the kind of the issues that people are most interested in or want to see. And we do hear over and over again, we need to be good stewards of the environment, and we need to be aware of these issues. So there definitely is community support for it, and we just figure out how to tap into that. Good. Anybody want to?
I have a question.
Anything else? Yep.
Have you ever looked at, have you looked at the anaerobic digesters to go with this type of program?
That is another viable option.
Okay.
Although they're more expensive to build.
Yeah, but we have some. So I'm wondering, like, is not us, not De Pere, I'm sorry, the area.
In
has some.
Wisconsin.
Yes. No, I mean, close to us.
Okay.
Like within Brown County area. So I don't know. That popped in my head while you were talking, if that is an option to add into this.
There are places that will process their food scraps in the anaerobic digester. They're just
Yeah.
more expensive to build, but they take up much less room.
Yeah.
And you could even like site them on top of a cap landfill or something. If you're worried about space.
Cool.
Okay. Very good. Anybody else want to add anything on this part of the conversation? All right. In that case, I'd make a motion that we go back to, is it regular session I'm asking for? Okay. So I make a motion and I will need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Slavin. And once again, a roll call vote.
Alderperson Quigley.
Aye.
Commissioner Henry Gillis.
Aye.
Commissioner Lawton.
Aye.
Commissioner Slavin.
Aye.
All right, and that motion carries. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. And next up, we're going to stick with the theme. Next item on the agenda is update. I suppose I should read it the right way here. Composting program update. Chase, go ahead.
Right. So we've gone through our first quarter with the composting reimbursement program. We reimburse everybody quarterly. In the end of 2024, we had 62 residents participating. The program was a little bit different back then. We partnered directly with Greener Bay Compost. The residents would subscribe through them, and we'd pay back Greener Bay Compost on a monthly basis. I have the numbers from our first quarter there. We kind of hovered at about that 35 total subscribers range. And we're going to have some challenges moving forward because we have some reimbursement requirements required through our finance department where we need some paperwork submitted from every participant in order to cut the check for reimbursement. So we expect a couple headaches moving forward. We may drop some more subscribers who don't want to provide that info to the city. I don't have a good reason as why we dropped about half the residents from the program last year. Maybe it's the additional work partnering with the city to get reimbursements. We have a few residents that are moving and then a few residents who no longer wanted to partner with the company running the subscription program. So that's kind of the summary in a nutshell. The big hurdle moving forward will be the W-9 form with residents that are currently out there. I think I have more than half of the W-9 forms on hand now for those who are participating. We'll be sending an email out to all participating homeowners and or residents here this week yet to just remind them Q2 reimbursements coming up soon and to give me those invoices or receipts so we can pay them back.
Very good. Any questions or comments about the status of that?
Did the people that left our program, do they still do it? We don't know that.
I do not know.
Okay.
I could use myself as a case study.
I-
So I subscribe to the program. I haven't yet turned in a receipt, and it's mostly because it's lower on my list of things to
Yeah.
do. So am I counted or not in the 35?
You are not counted because I don't have a receipt.
Okay,
Because
there we
if no money
go.
changes hands. So conceivably, there are people that are still
Right.
composting that we just don't know about it.
I would assume that is the case.
Yeah. Which, again, is not entirely a bad thing, because then instead of the city subsidizing it, these are people who say it's worth doing, and
Right.
even if they
Keep
pay
doing
full
it.
sticker price, they're willing to continue doing it.
The
So
trouble this commission will have then is due to that drop in participation, the funding that's there,
Right.
we're probably gonna have to look forward into 2026 and finding an alternative to this program with that number dropping to help promote composting in another way.
Well, we have some good ideas.
Yeah, we
And there's
do.
clearly lots of interest and
Yeah.
lots of other avenues that we can explore. So.
Yep, just want to best utilize our funds.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. Item number 5, discussion on the Pollinator Garden RFP. Oh, yeah. And for our guests, if your agenda item is done, you are certainly welcome to leave or, stay. Don't feel obligated that you have to stay till the end of the meeting. Again,
Well, I want to hear about
Thank you both.
pollinating.
very good, good.
That's interesting too. I'm so glad.
Excellent. All right, so we sent out an RFP for pollinator gardens. I think we hit 7 or 8 nurseries or planters in the area, and we ended up getting no proposals returned. Staff went out and we reached out to all those that we've submitted proposals, our requests for proposals to. We had feedback from 3 of the nurseries as to why they would not be submitting a proposal. Mostly it's the labor to do the plantings was the big issue. Some cited a lack of time to be able to fit this in yet this year. So unfortunately, we have nothing really to act on at this time for the pollinator gardens we had proposed at those 4 parks throughout the city. Looking forward, we'll need to discuss what our initiatives are, how we want to promote the plant natural landscapes, how we want to promote the pollinator gardens throughout the city. Do we go back through the RFP process? Staff will be looking for the commission's guidance on really what to do next. Maybe we use the initiative study that we're currently going through to kind of repurpose and refocus ourselves.
Yeah.
So with that, I'll open it up to the commission.
Anybody have questions or comments?
I
Yes,
do.
I have one.
No, it's okay.
I put in a pollinator garden last summer with an individual who I didn't know how extensive his experience was in putting pollinator gardens in, but he's been working with the Botanical Garden and NWTC, and the head of, I think the head technologist at the Botanical Garden is Mark.
Yeah, the horticulturist.
Yes, Mark. It'll come.
I don't know what his last name is, but I know who he is.
But he's worked definitely with him, and he said go to him for a reference check. And he's also worked with the city of Green Bay on 2 different areas. This isn't just this year. This goes back for a period of time. And I don't know anything about but he can offer the proposal because he's worked with those organizations. We didn't scare him off because he's that sophisticated in dealing with organizations like the city. And he's he's very competent. He did a good job. Don't know about pricing and what we can afford and that kind of thing, but I definitely would tell you that you should listen to him if we're interested in moving forward with the pollinator garden. And his name is Will Dickinson.
Oh, I know that person.
Very good. Thanks.
And
Do you
just
have something else you wanted to talk about? You said you had thoughts or suggestions.
Yeah, I think at our last meeting, someone suggested that we do it as the commission. That we take on, doing it, basically planning it out and doing all the labor and planting it, which I don't hate as an idea because I think we could really get volunteers from the city, but I don't know if we could do it by this year. You know what I mean? Because it's a big volunteer coordination effort. So, but I think it would be a really nice thing for the commission to highlight.
2 thoughts moving forward. I'm going to start with Randall. We could coordinate with Will to maybe get a quote and his thoughts moving forward on how we could maybe change the RFP or if there's things we should have done differently. And then 2, on your idea, would we still go for a proposal to purchase the plantings and then we install as the
yeah.
labor? Or do we do it all in-house and purchase our own? And
I think we purchase our own.
okay.
I mean, I will happily lead all of this to make it happen because I love it. I think it's a really good idea and a fun way to showcase 2 different things that we're doing as a commission.
So as a future agenda item, we're going to have to discuss this and kind of hone our focus, I think. So I got 2, sounds like viable options here moving forward.
Yeah. My only other thought was that perhaps breaking apart the RFP into the purchasing of it. And then also, I am quite sure if even a small budget was there, we could get people involved who would love to make some extra money. So it would be a good way to include, just some day labor kind of, Parks and Rec kind of things. That would seem like a great college kid job as well.
Yeah.
I happen to have 2 that I would love to nominate for that. So just thinking too that, hey, there might be alternate ways of doing this that seem cumbersome but would probably come together quite quickly. So.
Good.
But I do like the volunteer idea too. Yeah.
Excellent. All good ideas.
So I'll get in touch with Randall then after the meeting. We'll get some info.
Okay. Okay.
I might have his card in my wallet. We'll look.
Either or.
Okay, anything else before we move on? I like it. Number 6, consideration and possible action on initiative advertising opportunities.
I'm going to open it up to Betty Maravich to speak on this one.
I am gonna do my best.
It's,
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this project kind of started as the Clean Air Initiative and how to better get the word out for that. We had talked about like the banner over Reed Street and things like that. So I did a little further investigation, and this kind of moved off of Clean Air Initiative and towards any of our other initiatives, including the Adopt a Drain and things like that. So the one thing we have done already and will continue to get things into is the city newsletter. There's no cost for us to include it in there. That also includes like the city social media. Our social media coordinator recently set up Instagram accounts for like the city departments as well. So we have Facebook and Instagram now. He's working on some other platforms as well, but not all departments will have those. So the city newsletter has approximately 1,100 subscribers when I checked with Amy on that number. One of the other items we had talked about is promotional materials, keychains, pens, notepads, things that have a sustainability message on them or something just to have in hand for people to, pick up at the farmer's market or different places like that. Those prices obviously depend on what we would choose and the quantities. The other option is printed brochures. I had included in the packet the brochure that I found when I was down in Northwest Indiana for clean. It's their Clean Air Initiative. We could do it just our general initiatives listed on there, who to reach out to for contact, a QR code for the website. We could make it whatever we wanted. But I had used the Northwest Indiana brochure as kind of a template for reaching out to companies for, what was my quantity on that? For 2,000 brochures, and those are 1/3 cut, I believe. The prices range depending upon the company from $130 to $500. We could put those at locations like the library, City Hall, Community Center, the MSC. We could see if grocery stores would allow them to be put into bags when they're bagging groceries, things like that. An educational banner over Reed Street is, like I said, something that has been discussed before. It is approximately $500 to get a banner made.
Go.
It is installed for 3 weeks at a time. The daily traffic volume is approximately 12,500 cars there
A day?
a day.
Oh my God. So
The thing I will comment on for that is the only time you really should be looking up in the air at it is if you are stopped at 4th Street.
Oh.
Because otherwise you're coming down a hill into a traffic signal with parking lots on both sides and a college, and that's where it is. And so there's a lot of other things your eyes should be on rather than a banner over Reed Street. Many individuals that are driving Reed Street frequently are not noticing that sign. It's people that come through once or twice. It's not really our local traffic that's catching that from my conversations with staff and other individuals. So that's just something to consider before we would go that route. I checked with the Green Bay Water Utility to do inserts in the water bills. It's approximately $750, and there are approximately 8,700 water bills that go out quarterly.
I love that one.
The water bills?
Yeah, because you can put the Adopt a Drain program with it.
Lots of things we could put with it.
Yeah, but that one ties in together, like actually.
And then switch to paperless.
So I did ask about that. I said, okay, so for the people that get paperless billing, do they still receive the notification and it is included in the email that they receive? Oh, is what I was told.
Cool.
Another option is I reached out to the De Pere Cinema to do ads at the movie theater that would play before each featured film. Would play before every movie every day. They only have one screen. It's a 30-second playtime plus a 5-second static billboard spot. We could just have the QR code or the De Pere logo with the Sustainability Commission or something like that. Attendance averages 500 to 550 people per week, but it can be up to 1,100 per week depending upon what's showing. The cost for that is between $2,400 and $2,800 per year.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I like
The-
the idea of the local support for business as well.
The last option I looked into was a radio ad. The cost is approximately $600 per week. That was with WIXX. It's 30 10-second commercials per week. So we actually pay for 20 10-second commercials, and they give us 10 extra ones. That's 20 commercials between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then they give us 10 bonus ones 6 a.m. to midday Monday through Sunday. The other thing is along the lines with the Clean Air Initiative is if we wanted to focus on that initiative, if it's going to stay around, is to maybe come up with a partnership with City of Green Bay Sustainability or other Northeast Wisconsin locations that have sustainability commissions to do like a Northeast Wisconsin Clean Air Coalition or something like that, like the Northwest Indiana one does. So there's no real recommendation from staff. It was a little dependent on what we decided to do with our budget, having coming off of the RFP, because it would come from the same pool of money as the pollinator gardens.
Well, I can tell you, I notice that banner every single time I drive on the road. Do you?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
see?
In fact, my children and I talk about it often. We always are like, "Did you see the new banner?" So.
Huh. I mean,
But
I
we're
love all
driving
of it.
according to safety rules and regulations. as well.
I'm not.
Thanks so much for pulling that together.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, Betty.
And what I'm hearing is, I mean, all of that, yes, but then it kind of gets overwhelming is, how many of those initiatives can we do and really pay attention to? I did have a question with the banner. Is it, because I see the same things that are up frequently. Are there times that are blocked out that we wouldn't be able to get into
That's
it?
a good question.
Yeah. So it's run through the Parks Department. There are certain times that things like Brown County Fair always has a certain 3-week section. The Health Department often has their banners up. They have specific ones. They kind of rotate. St. Norbert, I think it's a St. Norbert dance club, but there's like a dance academy that puts up a banner. There are still available time slots that we could coordinate and fit something in, but there are certain ones that are kind of reserved,
Right.
Sure.
quote unquote, for
the regular.
for annual events.
Yep, okay, that helps, that's good. And then my other question with the movie theater ads, you said 24 to 2,800. Could we do a smaller period of time? That was for 1 year. I'm assuming that so they don't have to keep producing
Yeah.
their loop of commercials.
Yeah, I can ask her if it can be for a shorter duration. It is billed, they said bi-weekly or every 4 weeks.
Oh.
I think it's billed bi-weekly, but she provided the price as the whole year.
Okay.
And she didn't say there were alternatives to that. She quoted for
Sure.
a year, but the 1 year starts whenever we would start. So it can start mid-year and it would just go for
Got
a
it.
year.
Okay.
I have another question related to that then. Are we able to change what we're promoting in that year? Does it have to be the same thing? Because we have a lot of really good media right now that like we just have to be like, here you go. But it would be fun if we could like center it on the time of year.
Sure. I can ask.
Thank you. I think we should do printed materials for sure because I know I would hand them out to people all of the time. Like, because I talk about one initiative we have, but it would be nice to just be like, here are all of our like current ones that we're working on.
I also feel like this is something that we could do quickly rather than wait for another round of an RFP or something. I mean,
Yeah.
we always are coming up with these ideas, and this is a tangible thing that we can take action on right
Yes.
away. And
I agree with that. I personally very much want the banner, but I don't know what we're going to highlight. I know what I want to highlight, but I don't know.
Would it make sense then, because we're going to talk about setting priorities and
Sure.
kind of the different things. So can everybody just keep this back in the back of mind, and we'll
Yes.
figure out which things are we going to promote with which of these possibilities, and hopefully more than one. And again, I like the idea of a print item having something you
Yep.
can put in somebody's hand. I also kind of hate the idea of a print item because I don't want to
Yeah.
be creating a thing if we can do an electronic message or get the same information out without killing trees. Yeah. Any other questions or thoughts on this stuff?
Thank you
Again,
for the research.
yeah, thanks, Betty. That's awesome. Good, good. Item 7, discussion on Sustainability Commission initiative prioritization.
So, my recommendation on this item is going to be to table it for a month.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few of us absent from today's meeting.
That's true.
We didn't get the materials for how everybody ranked things until later today. And the recommendation from Carmen was also to push it a month if possible, so we can all have time to review what the recommendations were, the initiatives were moving forward, and then come together as a group to rediscuss. So,
Fair enough. Yep. And since this is a discussion topic, we don't need to vote on that?
no vote
necessarily?
needed. If
Okay.
there's no issues, then we'll do that. Otherwise, if anybody has any comments, I'm open.
Okay, and then commission members, are we okay with the idea of tabling it for a month?
Yep.
Okay, I'm seeing nods of the head, so we'll go ahead with that plan. Very good. Item 8 is Clean Air Initiative update.
Right. This was a carryover, I think, from January. Commissioner Black wanted to speak on the Clean Air Initiative. With her not being here today, I think we also pushed this one a month just to talk about that when she's present.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Yep, sounds good.
Number 9, Adopt a Drain update.
Okay, this is to provide an update on our Adopt a Drain program that we just started here. Currently, we are at 8 whole households participating. Of those households,
Yay!
forget how many drains we have adopted.
10.
10?
Yay! 10.
Yep. Of the 8 households, 3 are logging their efforts.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to continue to promote this program through social media and at our farmers markets. And I think we do anticipate to lose a household or two moving forward because they're moving out of town. I forget.
And crush.
I think you faked that in that agenda item that you made.
Did I? I don't know.
I don't think Emily's leaving us, and she's our main contributor.
She is.
I need to do my logs. I need my logs.
Gotta do it.
Every little bit helps.
I know. But I'm cleaning. My kids are.
Anything else you want to add?
That
to
is it.
Okay. Small but mighty, but again, if
We're
we
trying.
can,
Baby
if we can
steps.
grow on it. Yep.
Yeah.
Of course. Number 10, discussion on planned natural landscape resources. Is you?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Betty.
So the intent of bringing this item forward for discussion was just to get an idea if there's interest in providing a resource for residents to use regarding planned natural landscape and creating pollinator spaces in their yard, no mow lawns, things like that. With the no mow May discontinuation in 2024, additional outreach and education was noted as being one of the important things moving forward with that with the Sustainability Commission and Common Council. So a couple ideas that I'm bringing forward is two ways of going about it. One option would be to have an option that's personalized to city locations that already exist. The Randall Laughtons of the city. Having options to either tour their space, having a walking tour to be able to see the gardens that they've put together. If it's something that is visible from, say, a sidewalk or just like a driving tour, being able to note those locations for people to go to, see the results, see what the options are, see what other people are doing. In order to get this information, a couple options, we could do a call out to residents to submit their location for inclusion. That could be on social media, in the city newsletter, at farmers market. Different options that we come up with, just ways to get the word out. Hey, we're looking for these locations. If you have one in your yard that you're willing to share with the city, send us your information. Another option could be just a quick windshield survey. I've done it for other programs. It is a little bit time consuming to do every single city street, but we do it for other things like brush pickup and garbage collection and things like that. So it's not unmanageable, but essentially we do a windshield survey of what we can see from the street. If we can note other locations that have planned natural landscapes or other wild gardens in their yards to then reach out to them with a letter that we're interested in including them in this program. Another option would be more of a generalized approach, kind of similar to the magazine that's included that just explains different native plants that would do well, highlighting things that would be beneficial to include, how to go about planting it, just more of a generalized option. As far as sharing this information, it could be like what's included in a magazine or a printed material. It could be more of a digital option as well. We could have a walking tour. We could have our social media and video crew perhaps do a video walking tour of the locations. They could do interviews with the homeowners.
Take pretty pictures.
It would then be uploaded to YouTube and could be shared on the city website. The information that could be shared, if it's a walking tour, if they're willing to be included, the location, it could just be photos of the plants that they have, if they've got nice photos with pollinators on their plants, things like that. The beneficial species, noting whether they're native, what kind of benefits each one provides, and species to avoid, including invasives and other things that take over.
I love all of these things.
Yeah, I think this is great. It almost feels like there's so much that you want to do that we just need to like parse it down and get to it. But I love the idea of a video. I think that would be really fun to people like to share what they have. So I think we can easily start with people here on the commission, and then I'm sure there's lots of others in the community.
Right. Any other comments or questions about that information? Yeah, I think it all looks good. Number 11, City Pollinator Week Proclamation.
Yeah, this is kind of a cleanup while I was out on leave. At the June 3rd, 2025 Common Council meeting, the mayor issued a proclamation declaring that June 16th through the 22nd be proclaimed as City Pollinator Week. Included with the agenda is the actual proclamation that was signed. With that, I can open up to the commission for comment or questions.
It's the same as last year.
Pretty much.
Yay.
It's probably something we're going to look to do annually.
Very good. Okay, number 12, discussion on the June Farmers Market.
This gives the commission the opportunity to discuss the experience had at the June Farmers Market. At the market, the Malva Center helped staff it with us. Betty included some photos that were taken by our social media team. And with that, I'll open it up to all and everyone.
Let's see,
I had fun.
everybody but Rachel is at the meeting if they wanted to share any experiences. It was fun getting rained on.
Yeah,
at the end.
it didn't end great.
It's
but
Betty. It's always raining.
for me, the sea bombs were the most popular thing. Everybody was very excited about those, and I think that's worth repeating again.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one.
Yep.
The problem that I have at all of these farmers markets, like I want us to be there and we're doing it and I like what we're doing, but we keep offering these things and members of our community in the city are not the ones attending. They're not the ones taking the information. We're talking to folks from wherever, and I don't know what to do about that.
We're
It's
not
very,
getting our
yeah,
target
like
audience.
we're not hitting our, and we should be, like we're at the city's farmers market.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are we not talking to our neighbors? Which, that's not a question for us to solve,
Well, one thing I'm wondering is, based on popularity, I wonder if it makes sense maybe to talk to the Parks Department and see about setting up a booth like the Health Department does at Beer Garden.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Okay.
I don't know if the people would be more local. We're still
They
going to
would
get people
absolutely.
outside of the city, but I feel like it has a larger crowd.
It does.
And they're there for longer. You can chat with them a little more.
Yeah. I mean, I think the event next week, that Master Gardener event at the Lock Tenders Garden, I'm hoping we'll hit a lot of De Pere residents at that because people like going to look at that.
I will say anecdotally, one of my neighbors on my street, their kid had received a seed bomb from the aunt and uncle that were from out of town, but were at the farmer's market, came back. It did. That seed bomb is like 2 houses down from me. It was planted. So,
So the
there was a
seed
lot of
stayed
word
in
of
the
mouth. Yeah, the seed stayed here. But for me, it was really exciting to hear the community of it. And then this kid jumping up and down, like just wanted to talk about the seed bomb, did not care about the aunt and uncle part. But that's community. I mean, it was
Yeah.
happening. So I think also you just never know who you're reaching with that. So I think all forms of it are good.
Yeah.
Very good. I really appreciate the preparation, and
Yeah.
there were
Yeah.
so many activities. The people that were there were definitely engaged.
Yeah. Betty, you do a good job.
Yeah.
For sure.
I will back what Emily said, though, as far as the participation, because we did do a raffle. We had kind of an adult one for different books, and we had a kids ones for things like this.
A bug house?
Bug hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I probably had maybe 50% of the entries that were actually city residents. And as it is city funded, I do require that they be city residents in order to win.
Yeah. So it makes it hard.
I do think looking at other alternative venues then, like the beer gardens or something, I think makes total sense to explore.
I wouldn't take us away from farmers market. I
But
think
in
it's
addition
still,
to, cast a wider net.
yeah, if we can get volunteers.
Always.
try-
I'll be
we'll do a
there. You
trial.
know.
Okay.
You know, we had discussions about the battle between Green Bay and the Fox Cities, and is this really Greater Green Bay that we worried about? Is it really De Pere that we worry about? Is it northeastern Wisconsin that we worry about? We are one big community,
Yeah, it's true.
and when people come, if they're learning something and they're getting something out of it, does it really matter to us if they happen to be from Wrightstown or? I think not. You know, we might not be able to give them raffle gifts. That I accept.
I agree. I think it's still good whether
Yes.
Yeah.
whether the other communities have adopted drain programs. It's still, even if they don't have a program, it's still a good thing for residents to be cognizant of, and they
Yeah.
could still have a drain in front of their house that they can be cleaning, even if they're not being recognized for it.
Yeah.
Or a pro-pollinator, and there are different things we talk about that are beneficial, even if they're not De Pere residents, to take back to the communities they do live in.
Yeah. I agree with that. I just want to be talking to our people, though, so they start doing it.
And I think that gets to, we can't always measure how successful or how much these programs are being adopted, but we want to see the curve start moving up this way, which means getting to the residents. So you gotta do both. All right. Anything else on farmers market? Again, there's another one coming up. The Sustainability Commission will be next week, Thursday. For
We're
those of you-
doing stormwater.
Yes, so the July
17th.
date, 17th, is that what it is?
Yeah.
For sure.
It is July 17th. It is stormwater awareness. Mr. Kufel is supposed to televise a storm inlet to the rivers. Yeah! Try and get a video that we may be able to play. We also have partnered with NUSC, the Northeast Wisconsin Stormwater Consortium, to get their stormwater model board. That's
great.
To do modeling at the event.
Sweet. I'm so
And
excited.
stormwater plinko.
Yeah, that's a fun
Stormwater
one.
Plinko.
Noose
good
is
one.
going to be at the event too with us. They're going to help man the table.
Yes.
Yay.
Excellent. All right, good.
Noosk. Yay.
Is there some way we get across in this effort that we're getting across the importance of those settling ponds that are kind of all over everywhere? Are we getting that communicated, the importance of those?
So the model that Noosk is bringing is a big, almost flat community model. And what they do is they take sprinkles or other
Okay.
like candies and they can put it on this board and then spray down on it like it's raining. And then all this garbage, it accumulates in spots and it shows the impacts of what falls on our roads and where it's actually draining. And then the improvements that regional detention ponds make to the system where it's collecting it there, letting it settle out instead of it all directly charging
Yeah,
right
it's a
into our
good
rivers.
model.
Excellent.
Cool. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Next two items, each year we have to kind of reorganize and elect a chair and a vice chair. So first item up, or the next item up is 13, consideration and possible election of a chairperson. Is there anybody that would like to nominate themselves or someone else on the commission?
I don't want to nominate myself, but I'll do it.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Henry Gillis.
There you go. Excellent. All right. We've got one name on the ballot. Anyone else? Okay. Excellent. In that case, let's we vote on both of them together, or does it matter?
Let's do one item at a time.
Okay, very good. So we have a nomination for Commissioner Henry Gillis for the chairperson for this next year. All those, well, can't do a voice vote. Okay, so roll call vote.
Ken?
Okay, well,
Alderperson Quigley?
aye.
Commissioner Henry Gillis?
Aye.
Commissioner Lawton?
Aye.
Commissioner Slavin?
Aye.
There we go. We have a new chair starting at the next meeting. And
Congratulations.
thank you so much for serving in that role. Appreciate it. Next would be the vice chair. This would be only to serve if the newly elected chair is not available or if you're designated to do that. Anybody else want to add their name to the list of fun?
I'm looking at both you.
How about this? I would nominate Commissioner Slavin.
Unfortunately, I cannot at this time.
Oh,
I apologize.
Okay. I can't do it either.
Want me to jump in, or do you want to jump in?
I can try and handle it, and you can jump in if I
Love it.
muff it up.
We planned for this.
So we kind of did. So Chase and I had a discussion with Carrie Dean, City Clerk, regarding what would potentially happen if we didn't have a nominee for chair or vice chair tonight. She did offer that if we needed to, it can be tabled to the next meeting, and if we didn't have a nomination for either chair or vice chair, we could designate a chair pro tem in order to be able to start the meeting. As we do have a chair, we can just kind of table the vice chair if we chose to next meeting, hoping that we have more attendance. We would potentially have our new elected official to potentially fill that spot as well. So it may be in our best interest to table this item to August.
Very good. Okay.
Well said.
Okay. Thanks for that. Which gets us through the planned agenda.
Did we want to do that?
Yes.
a
Do you need?
motion?
I think we need a motion to table it till next.
A motion to table it till the next meeting.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. And again, we'll do roll call vote, please.
Alderperson Quigley?
Aye.
Commissioner Henry Gillis?
Aye.
Commissioner Lawton?
Aye.
Commissioner Slavin?
Aye.
Okay, so that is tabled until the next scheduled meeting. I don't see future agenda items on here. Was that-
Right. I would like to talk about them anyways.
Okay.
Back
Yeah.
to meeting.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. So next month we'll be talking about the initiative prioritization. We're going to carry that forward. The Clean Air Initiative will also be brought forward again for Commissioner Black to speak on. The Clean Energy Work Plan is going to resurface. Commissioner Weber has drafted a document for us all to review. I'll submit that for all your consideration and review after this meeting, as well as the initiative prioritization, so you can familiar yourself and be ready for next month. And then we will also bring forward the election of a vice chairperson. That will lead our FR commission meeting right after the minutes. So the vice chairperson will be the first discussion we have.
Okay.
Oh, and I get to sit there.
Very good.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. All right. Everybody, thanks for your time, for your energy. Appreciate our guest speakers today.
Wonderful.
And I would make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay. I second it.
All right. All those in, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the motion carries. Thanks very much.